When asked to describe vertical dance to someone who's never done it, Lauren Godla said,
"An extremely liberating and expansive and challenging flight, and a totally new perspective on gravity and reality and what kind of movement's possible."
This is not Lauren's first flight, having begun her vertical dance journey with Bandaloop during their Yosemite productions. Recently, having produced 2 Breathing Bridges events in addition to her Bandaloop work, Lauren, through Dirt and Glitter, has shared the experience of this exhilarating flight with the youth of Norte County. This was done over 3 days at the Roots and Wings dance camp funded by Klamath Promise Neighborhood and the Yurok tribe. While the first day's weather kept the students off of the trees, it gave them time to learn contemporary floor work and techniques that would help them on their first flight. This was also the day where the instructors explained the harness equipment participants would be using for their flights. I asked Chris Rulofson, one of the instructors, about what inspired them to teach vertical dance with Dirt and Glitter at the Roots and Wings dance camp.
Well, I've known Lauren now for like 15 years, and we actually met teaching dance to youth. And so, yeah, she asked me to come and focus on the floor work. There's something about practicing also with our bodies and with the earth and the soil and like what also is accessible and available for us without necessarily having the gear or the rigging and everything. Of course, for this camp, we have those pieces too. But I feel like what I'm specifically offering is resources for people to be able to access that relationship to their body and to the land without also needing the equipment.
I also spoke with Lauren Godla about the challenges in teaching vertical dance.
Well, there's a lot of equipment that's necessary, so that can become expensive and a lot to just organize. You're dancing in climbing gear, so you need a climbing harness, you need a gree or a rig, you need, if you're going in the trees, you need an ascender, you need climbing rope, you need anchors, which involves like steel and hoses and carabiners and U-locks. So like building the anchors is another challenge. We have professional riggers building our anchors in the trees, which is great. When I dance off of bridges, often I build my own anchors, which is a whole other practice. I think some of the other things that are challenging about vertical dance and teaching it is that it's really hard on your body. You're totally changing your relationship to gravity. We naturally want to have our heads over our shoulders, and vertical dance asks you to change your horizon line 90 degrees and find a new alignment, and that is challenging for our vestibular systems, but it's also just challenging for our muscular systems because you're having to develop all of these new support systems to be able to do that. And I think for some folks it's scary because it's new and you're in the air.
After the rain dissipated on the second day, the students took to the skies on their harnesses. The sounds of laughter and joy permeated the air as the students felt their feet leave the ground. One of the students, Kira Cha, had this to say about her maiden flight.
Kind of hard to breathe, but like really fun. Yeah.
I'd be remiss in saying that this dance was only for the youth, as the instructors held a community workshop the day after the camp concluded. With some cajoling and peer pressure, I harnessed up and got into the trees that day. Let me tell you, the students make this look easy. A lot of effort goes into looking poised while suspended by your waist 12 feet in the air. I felt the burn in my back and in my neck as I tried to keep my whole body in line, but it was worth it. I got to do the first backflip I'd ever done. To keep up with Dirt and Glitter's next productions, you can find them on their Facebook page. To see our other coverage of their events, you can find the link in the description or click the annotation above. For Redwood Voice Youth Media, I'm Ashling Bloodworth.